All right. Hello, my name is Lindsay Enita. I'm the CEO of Transparent Grace and the force behind Real.Life.Faith, the Real.Life.Faith movement, and the Real.Life.Faith community on Facebook. So I talk about all types of things, all types of areas of life. And tonight, I'm going to talk about cuffing because it's been a topic that seems to be coming up more and more. And I invited my friend Asa Laveau, who is the Genius Activator. He is a brilliant man in and of himself, but I'm telling you, he can talk about any subject. And I know that this is in alignment with his badass brand. So welcome, Asa. Thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you for having me.
Yes. So this is, it's kind of new for me, only because it is my first blab, but I'm so excited to be on it. And I figured I'll just come out blazing with something different, because it doesn't seem that Real.Life.Faith and cuffing season would be in alignment, but it really is, because this is stuff people really go through in life, right? They have to make a decision. Do I cuff or don't I cuff? And what does that mean for me? So I'm going to start off with a definition, and this is from Urban Dictionary. I did not make this up. It says cuffing season. During the fall and winter months, people who would normally rather be single or promiscuous find themselves, along with the rest of the world, desiring to be quote unquote cuffed or tied down by a serious relationship. The cold weather and prolonged indoor activity causes singles to become lonely and desperate to be cuffed. Do you agree? Do you agree? With any or part of that? Is that an accurate definition?
Yes, I agree. Okay, so first off, my Oklahoma manners. Hello to everyone. Lindsay for having me. I see Lashana Coach is here. Anyone else that's here that I don't see? Hello. That's first. I want to make sure I acknowledge your presence in this world and for showing up. So I'm 32. We're going to get all of the preface work out of the way. So I'm 32, been divorced, happily divorced since 2009, was married 6 years, married young, divorced young, so happy I did both when I did them. And so, yes, I've been living the single life since 2009. And what I have to say about cuffing season is that it is very real. Yes, it is more challenging to have someone stay in your space that you want when the weather is warm, and when they can show off parts, and when they can have weekend crushes or weekend rendezvous or all of that and the other, all the things that happen in the summertime, right, those happen. And then when it gets below around 50, anything less than 50, that triggers the cuff. And so when it says the cuff, we're talking about, cuffs, like handcuffs, like literally handcuffs. So you arrest someone in a relationship, and sometimes it lasts beyond cuffing season, and then sometimes it just doesn't. Why? Because you need a warm body to keep you warm.
I think I must have missed that. I don't know. So I'll give you a little bit of my background too. I'm 40 years old, and I was married for 17 years. I was with my former husband for 21 years. So I was with him most of my life, over half of my life.
Right.
So then we separated about 3 years ago. I've been divorced about a year, and it's been very interesting getting back into this singlehood. And so many things have changed. So this is one reason that I wanted to have someone of 8 years is not a lot, but it is.
It is.
Because it's really a different generation. So it's like, all right, I need to understand. So this isn't just for me. This is for all people who may be coming out of a relationship, maybe just single and, don't want to cuff. Some people do want to cuff. So I want to talk about
some people are cuffing and don't even know they're cuffing.
Right? Right. They think this is a long-term thing. And you're like, boy, you cuffing.
No. Like if he or she did not show interest to you all summer long, and then all of a sudden you get callbacks and you get text messages replied in the same hour, maybe even the same 10 minutes, then yes, you have fell victim to the cuff.
Oh, I need to know. Hey, Latrice. Hey, you guys invite people to come because I'm trying to tell you, you want to hear this. All right, so this is the thing. All right. So what happened with me is that, first of all, I told you I saw a Periscope last week about cuffing.
Okay.
I had to look it up. I didn't know what that was. I was like, what the heck is cuffing? So, and he kept talking about it, and he was talking about 7 things you need to do, or seven steps. It's like 7 things you need to do before cuffing season.
Okay.
So he was talking about not going back to somebody familiar.
Mm-hmm.
Because, usually if you're going back to somebody familiar, it didn't work for a reason.
Well, and also you don't want to be cuffed 2 seasons in a row. It's kind of like in women's language about clothes, like that's totally out of season. Just saying. I'm just saying.
Teach me. I'm like, no, that's why we're here. So, all right. So you don't want to be cuffed 2 seasons in a row to the same person, you mean?
To the same person. That means you are a elongated booty call.
Oh, got you.
Right.
Got you. Hey, lay it out there. All right. So then he says, and I've tried to go back and get it, but I couldn't quite get them all. He was talking about how you need to, you need to make sure that they are who they say they are, because a lot of times in these short-term, quick cuff situations that people put on their best, then you start cuffing with somebody and be like, oh, dang, this is not who I thought it was.
Right.
So, I would say that happens in just about every aspect of being single. Is people send their representative, and you like, who in the heck is that? Who have I now connected myself with? So that's something that I look at, and yes, do I talk about faith and all of that? Yeah, but I'm still single, so I still meet all types of folk.
Yep.
All types of people, and what I find is, what I had to do, number one, is I had to take off that "don't talk to me" sign that I had on for about 21 years, taking, and that was really, I honestly didn't realize I had it on until a friend of mine was like, are you going to take it off so that you might go date?
Right.
What are you talking about? And to be honest, it's been a process, because I guess it's been stuck on there for so long that I don't even realize when I throw it back up. It's become habit.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm pretty sure that keeps me from looking like the person that somebody wants to cuff with.
Well, it depends on the cuffer. Some people arrest based on face. Some people arrest strictly for the purpose of company. Some people, there are many different factors to why you have been arrested.
Now, is it really only during the drop of the weather?
Yeah, ain't nobody cuffing when it's hot outside. It's hot. Move over. It's like, move. It's hot.
Don't touch me. No.
Yeah, no, that's not. No, this is cuffing season is really about it's getting cold outside. There are songs about it.
Okay.
Even old school songs about it's getting cold outside.
Well, Ray Charles I love that. Baby, it's cold.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
it ain't just about Christmas.
Well, I know that. We weren't hardly ever just talking about anything like that.
Right.
Now, so I in my scope today, I was talking about cuffing season, and so from a place of empowerment. So I see a lot of women who, for lack of a better term, they're just not. They're not whole.
Okay.
Right. I feel like that. They're not whole. Maybe they've come out of a relationship. They're really not healed. Maybe they have, maybe they're still in a relationship and trying to, do something on the side. All these are real scenarios. But one thing that I have seen that's continuous is a lot of women who are really not ready for relationship, and especially not no cuffing, because they get all messed up. Right? Because it's like, oh, oh, he liked me. Oh my gosh, oh, me and my boo, we going to the Christmas thing, or we gonna do this, or we watching Netflix and chilling.
Mm-hmm.
And so then about what, March, when the weather starts to turn, and it's like, these women honestly they're messed up. They're messed up because they have not thought through this process.
Right.
And to be honest with you, I kind of get concerned because I'm like, because I thought about that. I was like, you know what? It is cold outside. It is. Now that I'm kind of thinking this whole thing, I was like, yeah. But then, see, the difference, one of the differences between men and women is that some men are better at compartmentalizing and cutting off. Some men are better than just be like, all right, this is what it is. This is my October to March girl. And this is what it is. I don't know if I want to go into May with her. This may not be my May girl. Just because in the process of this, yes, you talk and you text and it might be a booty call, it might be a whole weekend, whatever. But then you realize that's not her. You see what I mean?
I do. And men are not the only ones who compartmentalize. I have been on a few teams. Yeah, I have been on a few teams. Sometimes I was the MVP. Sometimes I was warming the bench. Sometimes I had just got put in. Sometimes I had fouled out, but I was still on the team.
Right. You're still on the roster. You're on the roster. And you know what? To be honest with you, so that's how I used to operate like that before I got married. I could compartmentalize. I could compartmentalize sex and relationships, and never the twain shall meet. And I had a roster. And it was like, you on the B team. I mean, truly. This isn't true.
And some of us wait, and some of us know we're on the B team, and we know that we want to maneuver ourselves around back to school. So let's just say you are a woman, and let's just say you are you have a man in your vicinity that is either on A, B, or C team. If he knows anything, he knows that if he wants to get moved from the C team or the B team to the A team, he needs to work his behind off from around July to September. So that means if you got kids, school is in session. We're giving away books, pens, backpacks, and everything. We're giving school money. And around Labor Day, we're gonna make sure we're gonna suggest maybe you go to Vegas with us. You need a vacation. You might not actually go, but we're gonna at least offer. Why? Because cuffing season is coming.
Shut your mouth.
It's strategic.
I know, Shauna. Hey, also, let me tell you this. If you have any questions, you will hit /Q, and then the question will come up, and I'll be able to put it in. Also, if you would like to join the conversation, you should see where it says open seat or call me or call in, and you can do that, and it'll you just give it access to your computer, to your camera and microphone, and you can call in. So that's something that I would love for you to do too. We want to hear. We're not the only people.
Yeah,
not the only people. That's why I want you to go on and invite some people, because this is really a real thing. And I, as a person who I don't know, I was thrust back into this whole single life. I didn't want it, right? It was kind of against what I wanted to do. But now that I'm here, well, shoot, I need to know.
Right.
And I also need to understand, I just need to understand like the mentality behind it. Because this is the thing, men and women are very different. Hey, Chanya, how are you? Men and women are very different, and we think differently in a lot of ways. But to be truthful, we don't think as differently in this as most people probably think, or that some women will admit.
Right.
Because we play games too.
Yeah.
We play
Milton Bradley can be a girl's name too.
I know that's right. You are not lying. You are not lying, because what I've seen, like I was talking to a neighbor of mine and I was telling them about my scope. I said, I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed the fact that not every woman wants to be cuffed. Mm-hmm. She don't want to be arrested for the winter. I can appreciate that because there's something that she's looking for, right? And go on.
Well, I was just going to say, it's nice to not want to be, but that doesn't mean that you're not going to be a victim of the season.
True. True. Now,
you could not want to all day, and then you see your ass arrested.
Right. Because we're not realizing what's going on.
Right. You just don't know.
Yeah. Now, look, now you're going to have me suspicious.
Okay, I can tell you how you kind of know, especially, okay, this is November 17th. Okay, yes. Anything before Thanksgiving is pretty good. Why am I saying that? Because we know that we don't have to, and I'm talking about men and women who cuff, not just men. Okay. So if you are a cuffer, you know that, okay, you got Thanksgiving in about a week. And so if you start laying down the pipe work now, the foundation, you can kind of, it might be okay, but a real cuffer would say, no, you want to actually wait till the week after Thanksgiving. Why? Because a real cuffer will know this. If you go into December 1st through 5th time frame, you don't actually have to buy the gift during Christmas because it's too soon.
Wow. So there's a science.
Yes, cuffing is a science.
Science. Okay.
Yes,
okay.
Cuffing is definitely a science. You cannot just cuff on a whim. No.
Latrice says stop.
Who cuffs on a whim? You need a strategic plan about this. You are going into enemy territory. This is real.
That is so funny. Okay. So ladies, listen to me. Because we do this too, right? There is a science to how we do things. Mm-hmm. And if you want to be with someone there, you get cute and you do extra stuff that maybe on your regular Tuesday, you're not doing. You got a specific perfume or all these different things, right? We do the same thing. So this is something that I want to bring out and talk about in this movement of real life faith, is that you can't put everything on guys. You just can't. And we have to own up to the crap that we do that then draw or push away good men. Quite truthfully, right. We push a lot of good men away. And I talked about this in the scope. We push a lot of good men away because they can see us truly as we are, love us, but we not love ourselves. And so then we only allow him to love us to the capacity that we love ourselves.
Right.
So he may say you don't like your body, right? You've been with him and you don't really like your body. And he's like, girl, you are so fine. And you go, well, my arms jiggle. And you're like, I don't care nothing about your arms. And he's like, your back is saying, but this roll of fat right here, blah, blah. I'm saying he's telling you, listen, I love you where you are, for who you are. And for that, I just want to love you. But what do? No. And then we stop him. We stop him from fully loving us. So ladies, we got work to do. Like for real. We have work to do. When you don't do that self-work and you find a good man, you push him away. Every Tyler Perry movie is based on this. Every one of them, they push him away and they're just like, no, and they treat him bad and all this stuff. And then they finally get themselves together and be like, oh my God, he was a good man.
And then you try to blame it on the fact that he was just doing nothing but a cuffing season, but it took 3 months for you to kick him away. And now that he didn't gave up, you say, oh, he was only there for cuffing season. No, he actually wanted to be there for a very long time. It's just that he could only put up with you until it got warm.
Yes.
Just saying.
It's the truth. You're telling the truth. If you have a question, hit /Q and it'll show up and we'll put it in. Also, if you have something to say, just jump on in there. I am saddened when I told you when I jumped back out here in this, or I was kicked back out here in this single world. I was saddened and shocked and what the heck is wrong with these ladies? Like, what's wrong with y'all? And having, I'm just saying, and having been married and wanted to be married and did all that I could or all that I knew to be married and stay married happily. Mm-hmm. So many things are missing. But let me tell you, we were together since I was 19. We married when we were 22 and 23. So that's really young still. Mm-hmm. A little young. Then we had kids, and we have 3 kids, and then he started changing, and I started changing, and we never could get that thing to come back together. It was just we were going in different directions. Well, excuse me. What happened? A lot of it with me is that I began to understand who I was, like truly understand who I was, and though it was a process. Understanding who I was then really made him uncomfortable because I began to truly change into who I was supposed to be, not the 19-year-old girl that he married. And that's a problem sometimes. Mm-hmm. However, right now, I fully know who I am. And when I do meet someone, I can truly be me without having to, worry about those things. I've done the work to love me fully. So if he go, girl, I love your thighs, I'm like, thank you, boo. I love you too. Why do we do that? And I feel bad on behalf of women that we present the foolishness to y'all, good men. Now, I ain't saying them dudes don't do their thing, right? We all do our stuff. Mm-hmm. But a good man to push him away because you're insecure. Right. That's just sad to me. Sad to me. What's your experience been?
My experience with cuffing. All right. So I've been cuffed and I have been a cuffer. Now, we say cuffing season. Cuffing season does not always have to form around the winter months. Some of you all, I see some of your names and I see coaches and I see business people and I see personalities that are coming up and authors and all that. I'm looking in your little bubbles above the screen here. And some of you all go to conferences and some of you all conference cuff.
Yes.
The conference cuff is real. You get about 3-4 days in a nice location. We're talking about San Diego, Miami, Bmore, New York, Houston. Yeah. And you like, I'm gonna get a big I'm gonna start conference cuffing. Because that's really what happens on that first night of festivities. On either the VIP night, the networking mixer, all of that happens during the conference cuff. Not only the conference cuff, but some of you all have also been on cruise lines. The cruise cuff is real. Have you ever found a cuddy buddy on a Carnival cruise line?
Like LaShawna said, Asa sounds like he's speaking from experience.
Yeah, I'm 32. I ain't 12.
Just saying, it's real talk.
It's very real. Now, for any man that is, I say, especially the conference circuit, The conference circuits, and I don't care what nationality you are, I don't care what industry you're in, the conference circuit is small. It's big, but it's small. And so because of that, you don't want to make it a tradition for you to always be conference cuffing. That's not what you want to do. In the words of Barack Obama, you don't want to pop off and just go and just start conference cuffing. That is not what you want to do. However, if you are grown enough and you can compartmentalize that, by all means, be grown about it. Go on the Time Joiner Morning Cruise and do you, boo. Do you. Right. Now, if you want to stay away from being cuffed, I'm going to suggest that you don't make yourself so easily attainable. What do I mean by that? So you can say men are dumb all day. If that makes you feel better, by all means, you can say we're dumb all day. And we know gazelles when we see one. And we see a baby gazelle when we see one as well. So if you look like you about to be cuffed, guess what? You're about to be cuffed. There are certain women. And if you are of another persuasion, there are certain men. When you look at them, you will say, nah, I can't even bring the cuffing conversation to her. Or I can't bring the cuffing conversation to him. Like, that's wifey material. Like, you can't even step to her in that way. And then there are some people you like, you know what? They could get it twice. This is about to happen.
So they can get it twice.
And then Shania said, what is cuffing? So Lindsay actually said she gave a great definition about it, but in a nutshell, cuffing is when you actually, so cuffing from handcuffs, like handcuffs, police work. So when the season comes around, when you actually cuff someone into being with a pseudo relationship with you. So you can be all fine and dandy all year round, and then all of a sudden it drops below 50 degrees, and all of a sudden you're getting a lot of attention in your Facebook inbox, on your Snapchat, on your Instagram direct messages, in your text messages, in your little black book, at work by the water cooler, at the airport, at Subway standing in line. Why? Because cuffing season is upon us and it's getting cold outside and ain't nobody trying to be in the blankets alone.
Yep. She said, oh, okay. Now let me tell you, I put a post up today and I said, is it me? And this is also Dr. Cuff. I know that's your name, Dr. Cuff. That's your blab undercover name. So how this kind of came about, this whole subject on this particular day, was I kept getting like 5, 6, 7 friend requests every day. I was like, what is going on? What happened? I know that I'm on social media and all this stuff, but it wasn't like that. And then I started looking, I said, yo, wait, whoa, all these are dudes. Where does that come from? So I started looking down and I went down my phone. I had like, in the last week, I've had 30 friend requests of people who I do not know.
Most wanted.
You know what I was like, I didn't think I was advertising, but I don't know. And so, hey, and I have to join forces with people to help me understand. So then some ladies are like, oh, it's people getting booed up right now. And this and that. I said, what? Again, I was thrust into this world and I said, oh, okay. So Cuffin, okay. And I promise, I think that was like maybe 11 o'clock today. I probably got like 5 more. And I was like, I don't know how these people are finding me. But then
you some hands on that. Hey.
hey. Again, I love Jesus, but I'm a real woman. And so this is the thing though. Like some people were on there and they said, and I want your opinion on this. Some people, all right, we're gonna put this question over here. Some people were like, yeah, it's cuffing season, and other people like, no, it ain't. They just people just liking your stuff. No, because I know when people are liking my stuff, I usually have, funneled them over to Facebook and that kind of thing. No, that's not what this is. So I actually asked a guy, he's about 40, 44, 45, right? Mm-hmm. And I asked him, what is your opinion on cuffing season? He was like, it's not real. I said, what do you mean it's not real? Apparently people are talking about it. LaShawna, I'm going to get to your question, okay? Apparently people are talking about it. What do you mean it's not real? And he said, well, it was like a joke. People say, oh, when it gets cold and this and that. I said, you know what? I don't think. Oh, see, X on the comedian said, the cuff is real. So I said, I think this is real. And so I said, you know what? I'm just going to do this blab because I want to know. I want to know. I need to be informed. So Asa, is the cuff real? Okay. Eric, thank you for joining.
And so remember, I speak only from my experience and the knowledge that I have.
That's right.
And so if someone does not know that the cuff is real, they have either been married for a significant amount of time. Mm-hmm. They love Jesus to the point that Jesus has become their homie level friend. Or they too ugly to cuff anybody in the first damn place. It's one of the three. Now, for the rest of us, yes, the cuff is real. But some of you all have a belief that the struggle is real. Well, I'm going to let you know, the cuff is more real than the struggle.
The cuff is more real than the struggle. Mm-hmm. Too ugly to cuff. I know. That's hilarious. All right. So we're going to bring LaShawna's question, if I can get this thing over here answered. Oh, it won't bring it. Hold on. It says, what differentiates a cuff mate versus a life mate?
Oh, there you go.
All right. Coolness. So, and LaShawna, if you'd like to join, or someone like to join the conversation and talk about that in their opinion, that's fine. It's an open seat, and you just hit the button and it'll let you in, and we'll talk about it. And then once we finish, just X out, and then we'll have somebody else. Okay, Eric said cuffing time is winter time. See, there you go.
I think Eric knows what he's talking about.
Yeah.
Oh, and by the way, but can I just want to say this too? It's real as far as the season. So we understand like summer begins with summer solstice and all these different things. So I would have to say the week before Thanksgiving until 2 weeks before Valentine's Day. That's the official cuff season.
Because you can't go into Valentine's Day. That's too soon.
Where they do that at?
Let's see. Eric said, partner up like the ark.
Exactly. It's like hibernation. Get your thunder buddy.
Let's see. Exum the comedian said, it's just going steady in the millennium. Got you. Okay. So, all right. So the difference between a cuff mate versus a life mate. Let's see. Well, I mean, it can be a life mate if you just put them on seasons, because cuffing is a season. It's when the weather changes and when the weather is about to change. And what I see, this is because, to my knowledge, no, I'm trying to think. Yeah, no, I've not been cuffed, and I've not cuffed since being back single, but a life mate is somebody that you would do the holidays with, right? Mm-hmm. You do the holidays with. You do Valentine's Day and you do Christmas and all of that. But as Asa pointed out at the beginning of this, if you start too soon, then you have a commitment for Christmas gifts and all of that. Or if you start, it's a strategy. So no, I think the cuff mate is a timely person. It's a timely person, and a life mate is somebody you actually want to spend a significant amount of time with. What do you say, Asa?
I say it's definitely that. It's a cost-benefit analysis. What does it cost me versus the benefit that I'm willing to receive? So if So yes, I'm not. If I'm cuffing you, I'm not so much interested in bringing you around my friends and family. I'm not that interested in meeting your friends and family during the holiday season. We can kick it. We can go to the club with your cousins after y'all open up gifts. And yes, Eric Brown, that is definitely an extended booty call. Most definitely. That's why you're not going to get very involved with that. So no, you're not going to be opening up Christmas gifts. You can come over Christmas Eve, and you can come after the club Christmas night. But you will not be spending Christmas morning under the tree with me.
So, you know what? While you were saying that, I was thinking, if this is a woman, is this, and I know the term is not gonna apply, but the action seems to apply. It's like a side chick. So, you're not gonna be present when all the good stuff happens. You're gonna get the side stuff. You'll get the after effects for some of that.
I've been a side dude, and I definitely was not invited to the Christmas play or to come eat the real sweet potato pie at Granny's house, not patty pie, but granny pie. I was not invited.
And you had to know your role.
Oh, I played my role well. Again, cost benefit analysis.
Okay, Eric says side chick with benefits. Yes. Mm-hmm. Because if it's a side chick, he's got to go, or he or she has to go back to the original person, right? Yeah, no weddings or anything like that. Yeah. His face looked like he just ate lemons. Just no, my God.
Hey, well, I ain't going to your friend's vision board party either.
That one sound real close to home.
I'm just saying. I'm looking on the right side. I understand the audience. They are not coming to the vision board party.
So even no Facebook too. He said no Facebook, no Twitter. So no.
Hell no. Yeah. During Cuffin season, you don't even have a Facebook. People are about to pop away until after February 14th.
Right.
Yeah.
So let's see. Is that Jaeger 300? You'd like to say something? Hold on a second. Let me get this off. Make sure to accept your camera and microphone so that it'll let you in. So
while this is coming on, everyone, please. Somebody did a scope on this. Please change your egg to a picture, because sometimes people think that you're spam if you're an egg. So if you hire an egg, change it to a picture so people can see your face.
Thank you. I was gonna say the same thing. Like, we want to see who you are. So Eric over here, Eric, maybe you need to chime in this. Cuffing equals a seasonal sex partner. That's a very good. That is a great snapshot and synopsis of what
Eric, I'm waiting for your ebook and your tutorial, sir.
Right. Right. So this is one of the things that so I was a victim. Jaeger, are you getting it? If you're having trouble, you might have to click out and come back in, okay? So my marriage, in the middle of all of that, it was a side chick, in it. And it was a whole bunch of just, God, I swear it's a Lifetime movie. But what I learned some things. Like, I actually am writing a little ebook, and it's called 5 Things My Husband's Side Chick Taught Me. Because I learned a lot. I learned a lot about me. I learned a wife is a home-based side chick. Okay.
A husband can be one too. Personal experience.
Yeah. You're like, I'm gonna come home, hit that, and I'm gonna go back out, do my own thing. You at the house. So so this is the thing. Hey, Jaeger, try this again. I'm gonna kick you and then try to log in again, okay? Okay. No gifts. All right. So having gone through that thing with the side chick, I learned a whole bunch. Number one, that some side chicks don't know how to stay side chicks because they want to be the main chick. So then they just don't know their role, period. And you go, really? And so, again, I'm married. I wanted to be married, all those things. And all that, oh, I could be. And I was mad at her for a long time. And I still have to pray. Jesus had to help me through some of that stuff. But oh my God, Eric, you cracking me up. He said, every hoe wants a promotion. You right, though. You ain't lying. That's just the raw truth. And so, I learned how to listen. I learned how to care for a man's heart. Like, there's some things you can learn on the backside of something, of a tragedy. And so that's a lot of the things I learned. But dig this cuffing thing, I think, because it's so much like a side chick, that there are a lot of women who are like, yes, I'll do it, because they want to be with somebody. Like, they really, really want to be with somebody. Do the relationships. Let's see here, Jaeger, let me read that. While seasonal, why break it down to seasons? Do the relationships end when the groundhog sees his shadow? Yes. Yeah. So Eric has said, he gave us a timeline. The best cuffing is between Christmas and Valentine's. # no gifts.
That's what I just read.
He said that. He said no gifts. That's not what you're doing.
And you still don't even get New Year's Eve, because you already know, well, I haven't known them that long, so I probably should invite them to the New Year's Eve party. And they like, cool, I got something to do New Year's Eve anyway.
I'm just saying. So, okay. So here's my question. Okay, Eric said side chicks have no sexual boundaries. Some wives don't either. Just want to put that out there.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the thing. Part of what my concern is that people just don't care. Like, and let me throw this out there. Is the concept or the reality of marriage just a bad, is that a wrong thing? People just are like, I don't want to do that no more. Okay. Because that's a long-term thing.
Well, for me, my thing is, okay, so yes, I was married, and yes, I was cheated on 6 times, and yes, I'm happily divorced. And yes, I still would like, and I envision me to have a monogamous relationship one day. However, marriage is not the main objective.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, I think we're all adults and can understand that, yes, you can be monogamous in a relationship for long term without being married. That's
true. Yeah. And yeah, that's what I'm asking, because a lot of people won't want that. Mm-hmm. They don't want it. I've met plenty of people who were like, yes, I was married, and I don't really want to be married, but I do want a monogamous relationship with someone. Kind of a Stedman and Oprah. Mm-hmm. What's her name? Shonda Rhimes. Yep. And Oprah just had I saw this on Facebook today, and they were like, yeah, I don't want to be married. Like, I want to be in a relationship, but I don't want to be married. And that was their choice. And so I see that kind of being a trend. Oh, wow, Eric, you off the chain. I don't know if y'all are watching the side. Eric says, after marriage, the boundaries and rules change. True. And then he says, I always show my women my side chicks, so when she's not acting right. Yes. And Latrice, yes. And so she's saying low self-esteem, lack of self-love, not knowing who you are, and lack of faith in God leads to roads to cuffing.
I see, Latrice, I see that. And so I see your cards, and I'm going to offer you this possibility. I have seen prayer warriors get cuffed. Because you can have really good you can have good self-esteem, know who you are able to say affirmations to yourself, pour into other people, pray like kingdom come, and know exactly who you are and what you offer to the world. And then there's this thing that happens at 3:18 in the a.m.
That call.
When you keep rolling over and ain't nobody there to bump to, when you keep rolling over. And it's just called loneliness. And even leaders, I even say there's a loneliness of leadership. And if you don't even take that loneliness and assess it and deal with it in a very productive and in a high level of grace and ease, yes, you will be caught up in a cuffing situation. Totally. So and those are really good points. So Lindsay, I know you and I have talked just one-on-one, and the way you empower women, and from what I get from you, Latrice, everything that you're saying, I totally get that you would be somebody that I could send someone to help with self-esteem and having an amount of faith in a higher power and all of that. You call it God, other people call it different things. And yet there are still people that are hurting, even though they are technically fixed, they are still hurting and they are still lonely. And when you've been lonely a long time and it hasn't been checked and it hasn't been evaluated and you haven't sat with that thing, too many things can come up. And if the right person smelling the right way, driving the right thing, come up on you in a supermarket or catch you on a Facebook with a Netflix and chill, you just find yourself in a real bad situation around March 5th.
So this is real talk, right? This is real talk. We all grown, and this is the truth. So I've been in ministry for a long time, and I've been around ministry for a long time. And one of the things that I learned from a small child is that ministry leaders are all people. They're all people, and they all have the same needs, and they all have, thoughts, and they all have these things. Now, what happens is that, and this is why, even though some people in their minds say, you're a minister. I really don't like that term because it comes with such an expectation that I'm not going to be able to meet, because I'm real. I'm a real person, and I will jump off the pedestal that you try to put me on. And it keeps me in a place I can let you know I'm gonna fail you in some areas. Because have I gotten a 3 o'clock call before? I have. Now, just because I have chosen to walk in a abstinent way, or not abstinent, but in a celibate way, I just choose that for right now. I choose that. But it's not because I don't want it. I just choose it. I choose it because I've been down that path and I don't like it. So I just stay on my own little path. Now, that don't mean that stuff don't come in my head. That doesn't mean that I don't love Jesus. And there are a lot of people who do fall victim to that. But I think the bigger point is, if you do the self-work and then you choose to cuff or allow yourself to get cuffed, that's on you. That really is on you. And it doesn't mean, this is something that it doesn't mean that you have a lack of faith all the time, Latrice. Sometimes is that you have allowed the loneliness to override everything else. Everything, because loneliness is lonely. Like, you go in the house and it's an echo when you come in. Ain't nobody saying, hey, boo, how was your day? Mm-hmm. Or, even call and just say, hey, you want to go to the movies on Saturday or whatever. And those times are very vulnerable. So like Asa said, at 3:18, when you turn over and your sheet's cold on the right side, you like, man, this is crazy. And brother such and such comes up to you at your vulnerable space, then you go, he smell. I mean, I could be, look, I'm gonna tell you the truth. This happened to me, and I was like, I've chosen this path for myself, right? And I was in there, I was a vocal director, and I was making sure that the people had their parts. So as I went around listening, this one guy smelled amazing. I'm in rehearsal. I'm trying to sing for Jesus. Like, seriously. And I was like, oh my gosh, that cologne smells amazing. And he wasn't hard on the eyes, and he was a nice guy, and all of those things. I had to refocus. I was like, all right, I need to refocus on what I'm doing. Stay focused, stay present. Now, was there opportunity for cuffing? Mm-hmm. because I lived in a cold place, so it was 9 months of cuffing season, to be honest with you, because some places don't warm up till May. Just saying.
Now, as somebody who is not a Christian and somebody who likes being cuffed, you don't always have to be cuffed by every damn body. Let's just put that out there. So the fact that Lindsay and I can actually have this, because she's coming from a total viewpoint that I don't reside in, and I'm coming from a viewpoint that I don't reside in. Right. And if you don't want to be cuffed, you don't have to be cuffed. However, if you want to know the ways and make your pimp hand strong and get your keys ready and paint your cuffs gold and bedazzle them and all that, we understand that too. But that all comes a part of knowing yourself. Right. God did a poem about how, she did everything for the men in her life, and she was a freak because, 2 at a time in a car in a park and all of that stuff, because she didn't know who she was, and she allowed whatever they wanted to be, whatever they wanted, what they didn't have in life, she took on, and she just became basically a pit of everything that was wrong in their lives. But now, as a result of knowing herself and understanding the woman that she is, now she's a freak because she wants to.
And that's a liberating thing, to be honest with you. That's a
So no judgment at all from Lindsay or me.
Yeah, no, I ain't got no judgment for you. That's not on me. What I'm here to do, this is who I am. So here, what I do is I'm gonna love you where you are. I just love people where they are. I don't have a judgment. I'm gonna love you exactly how I'm supposed to, and it's not gonna be judgmental. It's just gonna be me. It's just gonna be me. And so I think that when people begin to understand who they are, good, bad, indifferent, just knowing them is so important. And that's the work that people don't want to do, because then they have to start admitting stuff to their self that they don't want to admit. Like if you're a freak for real, right? Mm-hmm. Or if you're a prude for real. I've met women who don't like sex. That's for them. You know what I'm saying?
I've been like that too.
Yeah, yes, it is. I'm just gonna throw that comment on out. Just spit that one out. So everything that comes to mind cannot come out of the mouth.
Mind, you come out of mind though.
Okay, I'm like, Asa, do it, say it. Oh my, you actually pulled a tear out, which I'm very. But this is the thing. Knowing yourself is so important. So like I said, if you choose to cuff or be cuffed, all right, cool. That's on you. That's your life. That's your road. That's your process. But the ultimate message is know who the heck you are. Mm-hmm. Know who you are. So Asa knows fully who he is. And he's like, yo, I got the nice cuffs. I got velvet cuffs for when I don't want to be too hard. I got the clink clank cuffs for when I want to be just tough enough.
Got them bubble gum cuffs.
You're so silly. Oh man, I'm loving this blab. I ain't lying. So that's all I'm saying is that you got to know yourself. At the end of the day, whether you cuff or don't cuff, it's really about you knowing you. Because if you cuff and you don't know yourself, you're gonna be devastated when 55 degrees comes. You're gonna be devastated because you're gonna wonder, well, I wanted to stay with him. I thought we had something and all of that stuff. Well, if you know what you're doing and you know what this is, you can just let it roll off your back and you'll be all right. But if if you, I don't know. I hate to see that people don't do the work no more. Let me see. It's a couple of things that say, I asked men and women to write down their ideal men and women. LaShawna says, both of them, you need to know yourself in whatever relationship you're in. Eric says he tells him to eat the list so that they become exactly who they want to be. So this is the thing. A lot of people put a standard out there for people that they want, even people they want to cuff with, and they are not that.
Right.
They have not. If you want somebody who just, I'll use me. If I want somebody who loves to travel, I never go nowhere. I just talk about it, but I never do it. That don't line up.
Don't even own.
Yeah, I mean, but do you see people like that do that? They want you to be all that.
Well, Eric, I'll come from a different point. So Eric just said standards are fantasy. And I do not subscribe to that notion. I tell people often that the reason why you are dealing with all the crap that you're dealing with now because you don't even have a standard and you let anybody with a mouth come talk to you and hem you up or however they want to do. Yeah. And they can mistreat you and use you and talk to you. So when I see standards are fantasy, that's how I took it. I tell anybody, including myself, you need to create a standard.
Yeah.
Everybody shouldn't be able to get it.
Eric, come on in and join us.
Everybody shouldn't be able to get it. And that's in business, that's in friendship, that's in marriage, that's just in life. Everybody shouldn't be able to just get all of you just because they show up.
Oh, I see what you're talking about, Eric. Like he says, like when a woman says she wants a man 6 feet tall. You're talking about, I get it. You're talking about that fantasy, like he's got to be, somebody just did a scope about throw away your list. He's got to be 6 feet tall, got to make this amount of money, got to, love this or do this or say that. Yeah, I think those things are ridiculous because I think
I don't.
Huh? Well, no, I think it's ridiculous. I don't think it's ridiculous to say this is what I want. But what I think is ridiculous is if you discard people who really who give you all of that, who might be 5'9".
But see, I like it because I like to be discarded because I don't have to waste my time if you don't even like me no way. Because I'm 5'7" and I'm totally complete with my 5'7"-ish. And if you don't like me, then it's cool. Right. Let me know up front. You looking for a brother who was 6 feet tall. Bet I'm out.
Bet. You're like, I'm out of here, dog. Thank you. Let's see. She said, LaShawna said, I was unknowingly cuffed, and by March, I was happy it was only a seasonal fling. Win-win. Yeah, boo. Yeah. Okay. It's a test trial. It was a tester. Throw that one back. Yeah. All right. So this is what, because I can't, I'm also, even though I'm leading this, I'm still in learning because I just have chosen not to get cuffed. Now, let me ask you this. I have friends, and it's kind of for like we can go out or go to a concert or that kind of thing, and it's not a sexual thing, even though it's not a sexual thing for me, even though maybe he might want more. And so I find it interesting, like even with this cuff thing, that men who want to be married, they date, but they don't want to be like out there just with anybody. So then they might have a friend that they go bowling with, or that they talk to, or that they do all those things. Is that a subsect of cuffing, or is that just like, this is my homie and I just want to hang out with her?
So my thing is you can totally be a friend with, in my experience, you can be a friend with the opposite sex. Mm-hmm. And it doesn't have to go anywhere. Sometimes I just want a female energy, and I choose to be around that in that moment. There are times when I want to be around male energy, and so I call my boys and like, hey, let's go do this, or this is going on. Let's do, just hang out. And then there are times when I have my very best female friends from like 8th grade in my life to this day, and I still want to drive down to Dallas with them and kick it, and nothing happened.
Right. Yeah, I have friends like that. I mean, I've had a friend, gosh, man, we've been friends since we were 12. Mm-hmm. And we always, we call, hey, what's going on? And when I go home, we get together and hang, go out to eat and whatever. And nothing ever happens because we're friends. So I get that. Right. But what friend I'm talking about is somebody who has an interest in you, who was like, I love how you let me be me type of thing. Or I really, if they begin to date someone where they go, I want you to meet them, I don't think she's going to want to meet me. I'm just saying, even though we are friends, I don't have them. Huh? I
don't have them.
You don't have what?
I don't have them. I don't have those kind of friends. Look, if I like you, you know that. You already got the text message. You got the phone call. We done Skyped about it. I done told you in your face. This ain't no plaything. And whoever you bringing around, oh, they definitely don't want to meet me because I'm about to act an ass. Like, I will put cuffs on in public. I'm not being facetious. I'm not being theoretical about this. This is not a plaything. I'm not no side. No.
Right.
Everybody I like know I like them already.
Yeah. He'd be like, I already told you. So this is so Exum says, I have an old friend like that too, but she can get it. So that's what I'm saying. Now this person, like this, honestly, me and this person, we're friends, right? We're friends, right. And we go out, but make no bones about it. I think he's like, I'm ready. I'm ready. Like this is the truth. This is the truth. You don't have those?
No. I pursue all of mine. If I like you, it's about to. Yeah.
It's about to go down.
Yeah.
You're like, yo, this is it. This is it.
And if you don't want me for that, because I'm not interested in being your friend, don't call me talking about the date you went on. So I'm be like, yo, why didn't you call me?
Yeah. Well, okay, so dig this. And by the way, y'all, I scheduled it for an hour, so you don't have to stay if you don't want to. I'm okay with that. I don't want to hold you hostage, but we are still going to be talking about our good thing. We'll be on maybe another 10, 15 minutes. Let's keep questions coming comments coming.
Well, I know I got about it.
Okay, yeah. So this is the thing. At the end of it, you got to know you. See, I know me in this relationship, in this friendship with him. Mm-hmm. I can't do that. And he knows that. But he keeps me, it's almost like keeping somebody close, just in case someone if you change your mind, and I find that interesting. So I like this whole thing of cuffing is almost like, I think if I were to say, yes, let's be intimate in that way, then it would definitely turn into like this cuffing situation. I really do think so. Mm-hmm. And then like, it'll be what did Eric say? It was your seasonal sex partner.
Yeah. Seasonal booty call.
Yeah. Seasonal booty call. That's what he said. And then, by March or whatever, the sun starts coming back, then we'll just be back to friends. Yeah. Nah. See, I know me. I ain't like that. I'm not quite wired like that. Mm-hmm. I used to be, but it don't work out well for me. So, right. So yeah. Any more questions or concerns? Have you guys enjoyed? Try. Eric said, try.
I see you, Eric. I see you.
I know. Oh, I'm happy. Oh, this is the thing. I straight up am happy. I promise you I am. Anybody else have any questions or comments? You know what? I thank you so much for being on this scope, because it was really a last minute thing. You're welcome, Latrice. It was a last minute thing, but I think it was so informative. Thank you. I'm going to try to bring more stuff like this, to be honest with you, because we need it. Not the song Happy.
Yeah, no, Eric. No, Eric.
I'm not the song Happy. I just straight up am happy. Oh, my goodness. I want to thank Mr. Asa Laveau for just showing up and being himself. I love it. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Before I go, all I have to say is cuff a stay. The cuff in me honors the cuffer in you.
Asa, you are surely a mess. So, all right, if you're not following Asa, hit the button up there so that you can follow Asa. If you're not following me, hit the button that you can follow me. And we're both on Facebook, Lindsay Enita and Asa Laveau. We'd love to connect with you. And until next time, I'll holler at you. Have a good evening.